What's up, YouTube?
Hey, what's good, baby?
It's your boys, or I mean, your dads, but we're not your dads. But Lucas Porter, we are your dad.
Shout out Lucas Porter.
We're coming at you with the comments. Your wife, Rebecca, says,
wife. Shout out my wife.
We want to see daddy-daughter dates. That would be so cute. So we're not going to do dates with our daughters, but we are going to talk about daughters as dads. Dang. Specifically about dating, though.
I'm gonna go with Holy Spirit movements.
Yeah, shout out Josh from the UK.
Hoodie Dads in the house, never forget them.
Let's go.
Because we would never forget you.
Hey, Josh, next episode, comment in here. Let me know how your E-group's going, bro. Shout out AJ Hucko.
Shout out AJ Hucko.
Just had a baby. He's a dad. Oh my, he's a dad of a daughter.
Just happened.
Bro, can we Photoshop in AJ's baby right here?
We just see the, you see
how
how the flow?
Isn't she so cute? Eleanor, she said, yo, you guys shouted out my Twitch sketch. I love you guys.
That's what's up. Speaking of Eleanor, she said, Will's scary movie, Scary Story actually gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I love the fact when you were giving too much fuel to the fire that it was covering me up. I love the fact that, like, that was brilliant. I wish you hadn't done that.
I wish that was planned, but Benjamin says, y'all need to start a podcast. I'm here for it.
Wow. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
We'll leave that alone for right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you never know what we might be.
Someone says, Will and John, how to walk on water? Like us doing, this is how you walk on water?
How can we put it, how can I say this?
Now walk it out. Now what? West Side.
You don't want to see that. Come on. You don't want to see him stand up and actually
Hey, bro,
try.
but if I was on roller skates, like when the song came out when I was in middle school, me on roller skates walking it out.
Were you a roller skater?
Well, hey, y'all put in the comments this next time. How's 2020 been for you? First word that comes to your mind.
For 2020?
Just put it in the comments, all right?
Ah, man. I can't wait to see that.
Just put it in the comments and let it be real and authentic.
For sure.
You know, just
for sure.
Gut reaction.
Yeah.
All right, so the people have spoken and they've asked, and we both are dads.
Yes.
And not just of boys.
But dads of girls.
Dads of girls.
Hashtag girl dads.
Hashtag girl dads, bro. So they want us to talk about the perspective of one of our daughters dating as dads.
Which is tough for me to think about because my daughter's 5.
And my daughter's 1.5.
And I don't want to think about this, but I also have 10 sisters.
Yeah. Oh, I have 3 sisters.
Which I watch my dad navigate this with half of my sisters.
All right, so I'm gonna throw common dating advice at you.
For sure.
You either build it up or you tear it down. Okay, ready?
Great.
You can't date until you're 20 at all. No boys.
That's the one we gotta tear down.
Okay.
I think that's the one we gotta tear down. I think by 20, as a dad, if I don't start teaching my daughter how to be in a relationship with other people by 20, I think I'm setting her up for failure. So I think that building process has to be before then. I don't necessarily think she needs a boyfriend when she's 13. I'm definitely not an advocate for that. But I do think 20 just seems like so far away. I want my daughter to kind of experience some of the more difficult things while still at home with me. While I'm around, where she'll have, at least by the end of the day, if some boy breaks her heart, I get to be home and hug her and hold her.
Okay, next one. I'm gonna throw it at you. So your daughter, she's 16. Okay. She's dating. What do we do with the word I love you? Let's come in from, hey, if you feel it, say it. Tell him because if you feel it, it must be love, right?
16, man, being a grown man and actually having an understanding of what love actually is. I don't know if at 16 you really know what love is, what it means, how it relates to your life. I think if you're trying to express that at 16, I love you is probably the only language you have for what you're feeling is like, maybe this is the first time I've ever felt this way about another person or something like that. The same way 20 seems like too late in the game for a date. 16 seems kind of early for some love, man.
But what's the harm in saying it?
More than anything, like, and this is a principle of my parenting, I want my kids to be the kind of people who like steward their words very well and they understand and choose their words well, mean what they say what they mean, and shut up any other time. Just because I like a person and like being around a person a lot doesn't necessarily mean that I love this person, because relationships are gradual. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you definitely remember this because you're the person who reminded me when you and I first met. Right? You asked me a question and my response to you was,
I don't know you like that.
That was my actual response. I don't know you like that. What are you doing? In the same way, like that's a silly example, but I think that's a practical example of like, there's gotta be some boundaries to like, there are a few things you could ask me now that I wouldn't open up and tell you about. But when you asked me that, we had known each other at that point for 17 minutes.
18.
18 and a half minutes. So what I would say to somebody 18 and a half minutes versus a year later is 2 totally different things. And so I think when it comes to I love you, I wanna be able to teach my daughter what love is. I don't know if at 16 she has the full understanding of it.
Because how can you really love someone that you don't know?
That you don't know.
Which is why some of you find yourself feeling more distant from God than you ever expected.
That's it.
Because you were riding an emotion instead of a relationship, which is based off knowledge and commitment. And that's such a practical example for some of y'all, you know? What's a good principle? What's something they can do?
I think the dating process needs to be all about you getting to genuinely know a person. Notice nothing about that was physical. It's like getting to know who you are as a person before physicality even comes into the conversation. I think boundaries is a necessary conversation. I do think there has to be, like, we do need, at some point, we gotta go sit down and have some coffee. And I just need to figure out who you are, because I think so many people have been hurt before because they get a year into a relationship with somebody and then find out you're actually not who I thought you were or who you pretended to be. We are always trying to be our very best selves whenever we're around somebody we meet for the first time. So I think dating is all about getting around a person enough where you're more
real life scenarios.
Absolutely, man. Like,
you ain't met their mom.
How can you say you love somebody and you've actually never seen them get angry? I remember the first time my wife saw me lose my temper, she was like, I don't know if I like you anymore. And that was very real. That was very real, and it caused me to grow. Like, if this is a relationship I want, I can't behave this way always. Right? She's not forcing me to change, but similar to my relationship with Jesus, if this is a relationship I want to be in, be in good standing in my behavior, it informs my behaviors. Your dating ought to be the same way. This is why it's important to not be physical so soon. Right? To not be hugging and kissing and holding, like, I need to get to know you so that I get to figure you out as a person, you get to figure me out before we get into anything beyond that, because you might just get up the stream and just be like, it's no shade, no tea, I just don't like you. Like, as a person.
Andy Stanley said, you're physically compatible with like 60, 70, 80, but you're relationally compatible with like less than 10%.
People, man. Absolutely.
Which is why what I would tell my daughter is that, like, if he's drawn to you because of how you dress, and that's the only part, or that's the biggest part, I'm not a huge fan on guys hitting on girls they don't know that well. I appreciate that he can appreciate how beautiful she looks. I don't want my daughter to feel like she has to wear a potato sack on her head, you know? Like, God made her that way and to be beautiful and to express herself, but at the same time, I want to parent her in a way in the way she presents herself to be free, but also wise in going, what I put out is what I attract. And I don't like the idea of some thirsty little boy just being like, oh, you look good.
Definitely, like, I'm beginning to pray about it now to not be an overbearing dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll do another episode maybe one day on how to find the right one. But for now, girls, that's some dad
advice.
Dad, daughter, dad of daughter, hoodie dad dating.
Yeah, man.
I just want to call this little last bit body and athlete. Meaning we can't actually body any of these athletes
at all.
But who are some athletes that are currently playing that some may think they're at the top of their game, but that you're saying, bro, they're done for?
Two people jump out at me immediately. Drew Brees. I'll say this. I think Drew Brees has several good games left in him. I don't know if he's got a lot of good seasons left.
I do feel like if they don't win it this year, they're not coming, like.
No. And they've had some tough exits from playoffs. It's been rough. To me, it's obvious. Tampa Bay Tom Brady is not New England Tom Brady.
It ain't it?
There's some throws that I'm watching, I'm like, man, he used to do that blindfolded, that he's like missing and stuff like that. And again, I'm naming two dudes who are in their 40s. Who have no business still playing now, so they're great, and all due respect to them.
Okay, so I'm a body and athlete that you might find controversial. Ready? Two, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are never gonna play championship basketball ever again.
Bro.
I feel like it's over. I'm not saying they're not gonna win games.
KD's so good. He's very good at basketball.
I think he's done.
You are saying live on Hoodie Dads right now, Kevin Durant will never win another NBA championship.
Yes, and the only way Kyrie will is if he leaves Brooklyn.
I wouldn't go as far as to say they're gonna win together in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But KD's 30, he has another 5 prime years in him. That's what I'm saying. Put in the comments what y'all think about the athletes that we just bodied and any other athletes you'd like us to talk about. Last question. What's that? Why would you send a boy to do a man's job? We love y'all, Hoodie Dads. Hey kids, it's me, your Hoodie Dad. Hey, what's going on, guys? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your old YouTube channel so you can get more content like this. Come on. Ding, 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 ding.